The advantages and disadvantages of multi-purpose river projects in India. Rivers are a most important source of fresh water. People have always felt the need to store river water in the rainy season for use in the dry season. Realizing this need, people in ancient India built many hydraulic structures like dams, artificial lakes, tanks, and canals to store and divert water for irrigation. A dam is a structure that forms a barrier across the river to regulate the flow of water. Water is stored in a large reservoir behind the dam and is allowed to flow as required through spillways. Dams can be classified into several types based on their height and material used for construction. In keeping with our ancient tradition, we have built many large dams across major rivers in India. Why are most of our modern dams known as multi-purpose river projects? The primary purpose of dams has always been to provide water for irrigation through a network of irrigation canals. Modern dams are also used to generate electricity. One such example is the Bakhra Nangal Dam in the Sutlej Basin in Himachal Pradesh. Dams are used to control flooding in flood-prone areas by regulating the flow of water downstream. One such example is the Hirakud Dam in the Mahanadi Basin in Orissa. Dams can also be used to divert water into existing smaller streams to promote inland navigation. This provides an alternate way of transport, reducing congestion on roads. Several dams are at scenic locations and have become popular tourist attractions and recreation spots. Dams are called multi-purpose river projects due to the many ways that they offer to manage our water resources. When multi-purpose river projects have so many benefits to offer, why do we hear protests against construction of large dams in India? A dam creates an enormous reservoir of water that submerges vast stretches of the surrounding area. This leads to the destruction of natural vegetation and soil. The submerging of farmlands and residential areas leads to mass displacement of people. These people give up their land and resources for the nation's greater good, but are usually never compensated enough. Major benefits of large multi-purpose projects go to big landowners and industrialists, while the local, poor, landless people have little to gain. This widens the social division between the rich and the poor. Better irrigation facilities attract farmers to grow more water-intensive commercial crops. This is leading to over-irrigation and increase in soil salinity. There are ecological problems as well that can be caused by the construction of dams. Take the example of the carp fish. The carp fish is one of the many species of fish that swims hundreds of miles upstream to return to the waters where it can breed. Dams block the migration of these fish, upsetting the ecological balance and putting several aquatic species in danger. There are several examples of sudden release of large quantities of water from dams, resulting in large-scale flooding in plain areas. These are man-made disasters that not only destroy life and property, but also lead to extensive soil erosion. Most Indian rivers flow across several states. Large dams obstruct the free flow of river water, resulting in disputes between different states over water sharing, and also over the sharing of costs and benefits of the project. For example, two states in India, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka, which receive water from the Krishna and Godavari rivers, objected when the government of Maharashtra tried to divert more water from these two rivers for a multi-purpose project at Koyna. The diversion of water would indeed reduce the amount of downstream flow to Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. This will adversely affect agriculture and industry in those states. Environmentalists associate large dams with causing of earthquakes, spread of waterborne diseases, and degradation of soil. Constructing a large dam is expensive and has lasting effects on the surrounding areas. Most of the multi-purpose river projects in India so far have not met their desired objectives. A dam is a structure that forms a barrier across the river to regulate the flow of water. Modern dams are also used to generate electricity and supply water to industries and households. Dams are also used to control flooding by regulating the flow of water. The reservoirs created behind several dams are used for fish breeding. Dams are called multi-purpose river projects due to the many ways that they offer to manage our water resources. A dam creates an enormous reservoir of water that submerges vast stretches of the surrounding area. Major benefits of large multi-purpose projects go to big landowners, while the local, poor, landless people have little to gain. Dams block upstream migration of fish for breeding, putting several species in danger. The sudden release of large quantities of water from a dam results in large-scale flooding in plain areas. Most of the multi-purpose river projects in India so far have not met their desired objectives.